uyabona ngiyajabula manje ngithi interpret angazi ngitholike lapho uthi bekhona kuzwa uthi yabona la futhi ke manje uthi ungabe ninayo program abantu besimame ngoba abantu besimame phela ngaso isikhathi kuthiwe bacindezela manje la ki automobile sector ngabe ngempela abantu besimame babhekelwa bakhuphuke nabo bagqamba bonakala madoda ngaze ngasiza sibenda kamnandi ngasiza kamnandi yabona manje hayi hamba na impela nakho.
Before you even know it, one business can have a employment chain of about 100 people.
Greetings, gorgeous people, and welcome to another episode. Igama lami nguPrasipho Manzini, uzungu kwabini makhoba uncwane usengwayo unyama kashisha ngabaphephezini uthandayo ngokubiza uMadevihlwathi. Namhla ke sinilethele giant ngempela inqwayinqwayi kwezamabhizinisi ehlukahlukene. Kodwa ke sizothi nje ukubalula ibhizinisi elikhulu ibhizinisi lemoto. Sinilethele ke inkunzi uThembinkosi Pantsi. Asizumkhulumela ke. Sizonikeza ithuba lokuthi ube wena okhulumayo. Asimkhulumela ngoba ke lo nidlozi. Yabona ke ngoku ngizawuthetha isiXhosa namhlanje ngizasifunda gqitha.
Master Demhlekazi.
Yeah, sure, for sure. Yeah, andizukuthetha ngifuna uthethe ngoba awulona idlozi. Yeah, ethi nginikeze wena uthi uchaze yonke into yabona. Into engisanda ukuyazi ke ngokuthi by the way who is Thembinkosi Pantsi? Where was he born and where did he attend school and where is he now?
Hey, thank you so much. It's great to be here. It's the first time since the podcast, by the way, and I must say it's more relaxed than a studio. You can see that conversation is gonna be had with a relevant person. No, so Thembinkosi Pantsi was born in a farm near Grahamstown. It's called Nomakanda in the Eastern Cape. My family stayed there for many years. They grew up there, grandparents and everything else. And I always tell people when I say I was born in a farm near Grahamstown, it doesn't mean my parents owned the farm. They were the laborers. So I went to a school near the farm in Grahamstown, because the farm was outside of Grahamstown. So schooling was very far in the farm that I was staying at. So you have to walk something like 5 km to go to school. So fortunately, my aunt was working in Grahamstown as a domestic worker there. And then she took me and my cousin to go and stay with her so that at least school is close by. So I went to school in Grahamstown. I did my primary school there, the school called Tangilowa. And then I went to do high school also in Grahamstown. I finished my matric in 1999. It was a tough upbringing, but at that time we didn't know what tough upbringing.
Oh yeah.
And uyaqhubeka nje wezinto zakho nje and not knowing ukuthi tough ekhaya whereby you eat the same food the whole day, and you only get some good snack stuff only ngokisimus in Christmas. So that was my upbringing, and then after matric and then I went to study mechanical engineering. At Russell Road College in Port Elizabeth, and I dropped out on the second year, and I went to work at the restaurant in Knysna, where my father used to work at the factory there. So during school holidays I used to go to Knysna, and then I got my first job there in the restaurant, and I was a cleaner. I was cleaning toilets. I did that job for like 2 months or 3 months or so, and then I got promoted to scullery, washing dishes. So that was a promotion for me. Imagine from cleaning my toilets to washing dishes, and from there I never looked back. I became a barman assistant. I became a barman. I became a waiter and all of that. And then from there I moved again. I left the hospitality industry to go and work for Liberty Life in Georgia at the time as an assistant broker consultant. And this happened after I met this client at the restaurant. And that's why it's always good to have an open heart and open mind in life, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uyazi nje hayi
ngizayiphoza lapho for now.
Ngifuna ukuphazamisa ngoba ngiyamajina nje ukuthi you cleaned toilets. You know, ngiyacabanga nomuntu bengena le toilet yazi behlala kamnandi i toilet clean insizwa handsome kangaka. Hayi mina hayi bengizohlala kamnandi impela.
Sasizama
hayi cha konke sure cha impela ake ngibuze ke during those days did it ever cross your mind ukuthi you end up being a giant engaka inqwainqwayi kwi automobile sector?
Yeah, I think at that time I won't lie to say that that's where I thought I will be landing, you know. And because uguti you grew up where you grew up.
Yes.
We know the tough upbringing. I'm sure you also had.
Yeah,
now,
of course.
I'm not the only one. And sometimes ubona logo kubonayo la. Ogunye ukubona. But fortunately for me, I think it was a matter of to say, I know where I come from. Yeah. I know the struggles. I need to change the status quo in my family. And I believe and trust that God knows my heart. You know, because I remember back then, I was with my grandma, who passed on at 118 years, by the way. And it was a mud house that we had. It was raining so bad that day, that the water was coming inside the house. And grandma, as old as she was at that time, me and her, we have to take the water outside of the house. Gama buckets, And I remember telling her that, hey, Gogo, one day I'll build you a house. So all I can say is that at that time I didn't know that I will be where I am today, but I knew that for me to get somewhere, I need to put in hard work, focus, dedication. Those are the three things that I had. And hence then, even you're right, even when I was cleaning those toilets, I wanted to clean them so well that when they think of promoting someone, Thembinkosi name must be at the top there. So hence I always say to people, it doesn't matter what you do in life, do it with excellence. And God will take care of everything else.
Yes, for sure. To me, it's an inspiration for everyone who is watching this one, because whatever that you do, whatever opportunity that you are afforded, do it. Give it your best. Yeah, because that means izokunikela ithuba futhi ukuthi uthole ithuba lokwenza ukuthi ungaphezulu kalokho.
100%.
Yeah, so ngempela ngasho nje ngithi into sengirealize manje ukuthi inspiration sithola kunina abantu abasha. Thina abantu abadala, I don't know, since we are all living with regrets ukuthi kube I don't know, maybe it's because those times esakhula ngazo angazi bekwenzekani, but now masibheka kunesithi man, man, yes, and bese ba proud ke kanjalo, because anyway siyasho ukuthi thina ngekhathi zethu actually bese bekungathi nje into engizenzeke where you see a young man like you achieve so much, climbing different echelons ama levels empilo kube kanjena uthi mawufunda uthi hayibo bengijwayele ukubona isibongo sabelungu lapha kuthiwa wena ophethe lapha awunamhla umuntu wakithi uyambheka hayibo and umuntu osamusha. So kuyasijabulisa kakhulu. Ngizothanda ukufunda something. I would like to do something which is a quote from nje isimo siphila kusona njengamanje. Now let me read this quote where it says I needed my glasses. Yeah, read for me because I need my glasses. Read for me, man. Yeah.
South Africa's unemployment rate rose to 32.1% in the fourth quarter of 2023. That's according to official government figures released on Tuesday, the 20th February 2024. So, in your opinion, which role do you think the private sector can play to help put those figures down? Most importantly, the motor industry sector, where Thembinkosi is.
Okay, can you explain that a bit, summarize that in vendor?
I was Master. in reading.
Yes.
We'll translate about that.
Okay. No. Okay, it's fine. We learn.
Mara, one thing that I think is usavana mishumo.
Yeah.
Africa Chipembe.
Yeah.
Africa Chipembe. We are on top.
Yeah.
Aba in the whole world.
Yeah.
I
know you've got it.
So I think ringafanga wabo.
Yeah.
Babafuna nikonyakolwa na unemployment ngandirabe.
Yeah, that ngiyayithola ncane uthi ngifuna uthi nizama ukuthindile isimo se unemployment ngayiphi indlela uyabona. Hayi kodwa ngisazofunda isivele ngizofuna ungifundisa umngane wami. Ayisize.
Yeah, look, I think when I joined the industry back then, coming from insurance background, I told myself one thing, Uguti, we need to change the status quo of industry, right? In terms of, in terms of ethnic groups that were controlling the industry at the time.
Yeah.
And I think the whole thing of making an impact in the industry today, it started back then. Because when I joined the industry, I was just a salesperson selling cars, you know. But then I told myself that this is the industry I want to make an impact on.
Yeah.
And change the status quo of the industry and also create job opportunities and employment. So you're right, Uguti, the unemployment rate is at its highest.
Yeah.
And just to give you background a bit about the industry and how important it is, the automotive industry contributes to 4.2% of the country's GDP. So it's an important sector. And it's a big sector as well. You've got manufacturing, you've got retail, you've got transport, you've got so many layers, you know. And I opted to follow the route of a retail side of the automotive, right? Because that I believe that is where we call it the rubber hits the tar. That's where things are happening.
Oh yes.
Because remember, without dealers, without retailers, manufacturer can't manufacture cars. Who's gonna sell them? Who's gonna look after the client? So, and I've been analyzing in numbers because I also serve as a vice chairman of the National Automobile Dealers Association in the country. So we unpack in numbers and see what is going on and what needs to be done. Fortunately for us in the motor industry, we know how to create jobs for the people. We know how to place people into our businesses, because each and everyone needs mobility.
Yes.
Now, if you look at the dealership, right, where you buy your car, you'll find that on average, there's about 35 people that work in that business. 35. And that 35 that works there, they also have what we call other suppliers that are supplying different services to that business. Before you even know it, one business can have a employment chain of about 100 people. That is why it's important for the motor industry to keep on doing what it's doing, which is to hold fast even during tough times, because you cannot afford the industry falls down and also dealers closing simply because hundreds and thousands or millions of people are going to lose their jobs. That we cannot afford. So what we are doing as an industry is to start showcasing other opportunities in the industry, right? And also to highlight opportunities that are there for professionals. Like for instance, me, I don't have degree, I've got nothing, the metric certificate, right? I went then to do a certificate in business management. But then I somehow, because of hard work, dedication and everything else, one is where he is today. I mean, I was just sharing with someone another media platform, because I was busy analyzing how long have I been in the industry, how many people I've employed, how many cars I've sold, how many businesses I've managed. And when I look at the numbers, to show that what I'm trying to highlight, Uguti, there are opportunities in the industry, and I'm gonna share with you how the industry is doing it. When I joined the industry, I was coming from nowhere, right? I got an opportunity to work for one of the biggest dealer groups in the country right now, McCarthy. Now it's called Business McCarthy.
Yes.
That's where I started. But then they've identified a talent that now I didn't know Uguti Nginayo, you know. But you know, man, we need to groom this guy to be in management in the future. So Benza, what you call a management understudy. And so that's how I entered into the management. After that, I never looked back. I mean, in the last 18 years I've been in the industry, I've managed a total of close to 2 billion rand turnover businesses. If I collect all the businesses I've managed, turnover is over 2 billion. And you do that as a black person, as young and everything, because we had an opportunity. And then I look at how many cars I've sold in the 18 years I've been in the industry of getting involved with my dealerships. It's close to 4,000 cars. Now, where am I going with this? Is that whenever the opportunity is given, one must take it with both hands and run with it. So industry keeps on showcasing, look, there are opportunities. It's either you can be a salesperson, you can be an admin person, finance person, lawyers, marketers, you name it. This industry needs all those people. Right? But now people think that motor industry is just about selling cars. No. Right? We need smart, creative people in the industry. So there are those opportunities. It's just that the industry, unfortunately, is not attracting the right people. So with the organization that I also represent as a national vice chairman, we're actually now rolling out we're going to roll out a program whereby we show young people, we show graduates, we show people that are creative and all of that there are opportunities in the industry. So we're actually fleshing out the industry to say we need to attract the right people for it. Because the industry will never go anywhere. Instead, we need now more people about innovative mind. Because mine is electric cars.
Yes.
Right?
You know, to step with, I was about to ask a follow-up question that do you in particular have youth empowerment programs?
Yes.
But now it seems as if, as I was listening to, it's like you have answered me because I was about to ask that.
No, you can't, because
Yes,
even mine, in the other business that I was before I started the new one now, we had what we call my YES program. That's a youth employment program.
Oh, okay.
That is the one that run under government.
Okay.
So we as an industry, we're actually taking these graduates to give them experience in dealerships and other sectors of the automotive. And you know, my heart beats when I talk about these things, but this is what we need. So last year I had about 2 YES candidates. So now they come for almost like an internship for a year. And then after that, they need to find themselves. However, simply because you can identify a talent from someone, and also you want to give someone an opportunity. 2 of the people that I took into that business that I used to manage, now they are working permanently employed there. Right? So there are opportunities in the industry, and it's not about sales only. I mean, if you look at the car dealership, there's 6 departments there inside that building. There's new car sales, there's pre-owned sales, there's parts, there's service department, there's finance department, there's an admin department. 6 departments in that building. Now, if of course umuntu othenga imoto but you are good with admin, there's a space for you. If umuntu finance, there's a space for you. If umuntu marketing, there's a space for you. So this is what we're going to be showing out with that. And of course, my company, the new company that I've just started now, TEDCAR Motor Group. Those are the things that we want to show out there. We want to give people opportunities. We want to create employment. We want to see the industry transform to represent the demographics of the country when it comes to the masses. And I'm really excited and proud, Uguti. I will play a role in changing remember I said back then I wanted to change the status quo of the industry.
Yes.
And God has been great that manje I can be able to do that through my new company, TEDCAR Motor Group.
And you know what? Me as a layperson, when I look at garage, it's all about car sales. Maybe yabo. Yeah, even when I look at the people there, I walk about to bakhuluma ndakudayisa imoto ayikho into abakakhuluma.
Yeah.
And it's an eye opener ngiyabonga kakhulu impela. You know, ngiyacabanga ukuthi everyone there who's listening usinayo kuyena uzobuseyakubona oh kanti kuningi okwenzekayo. Yabona. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, njengamanje sikhuluma no Thembinkosi Pantsi, inqwayiqwa impela lapha ku-industry ye-automobile. So njengamanje sizabe nenhlahla kakhulu ngempela futhi ke nani yabona umuntu osemusha lona kodwa kuyasijabulisa ukubona abantu abasha beachieve kangaka empilweni. Cha mhlonishwa ngicabanga ukuthi khona ubusachaza mhlambe kumnandi ukulalela ukukhuluma kumnandi ya khona ubusafuna ukusichazela kona ungasichazela futhi but anyway ngicabanga ukuthi okuningi esixoxa ngako siyakuthola futhi nase siyakhansela ukuthi what is happening okay and there's something manje ngihlaba umxhwele. Yesterday I was watching a program ka Cloud Mtswane, yes. When I check brilliance onayo, I look at that guy and I think this guy is brilliant, eh? This guy is brilliant, and he was asked about education. And then I said, no, I know, education, I accent, if you take a kulma, mina ngikhuluma ngami. So, yo, lento yangijabulisa kakhulu. Manje ngiyacheka ngithi hayibo. Hey, Thembinkosi is brilliant. And we are everything. Ingqondo kushithi like it's mina kuyafika ukuthi I wish we can have more people abafana nawe. Ababe bekhula ba focus entweni but then think out of the box and then think about achieving bafike kulesimo kusona. So ngiyacabanga ukuthi namhlanje people will watch this bazofunda okuningi. Yeah. Ushaya lapho nondoda ushaya kancane ngesivenda futhi ngifuna ushaya ngesivenda ukuthi ufuna uyini ofuna ukuthi ukwazi nje lapho ushaya lapho.
Awubona izinto zinokuzidiba. Chithi chingone ngamanda chinenda kopdo. Bachidiba ngamanda ndichori ninayona program yomanda apadza vafumakazi ngauri vafumakazi va Africa chipembeko vatonga vakandeleziwa so vakandeleziwa vafumakazi va Africa chipembe.
Yeah.
Ninayona program ka this industry.
Hayi uyabona
manda apadza vafumakazi as women manda apadza in which way or ninayona that program.
Hayi uyabona ngiyajabula manje ngithi ngi-interpret angazi ngithola indlela lapho uthi bekhona kuzwa uthi yabona lapho uthi ke manje uthi ungabe ninayo program abantu besimame ngoba abantu besimame phela ngaso isikhathi kuthiwe bacindezela manje la ki-automobile sector ngabe ngempela abantu besimame babhekelwa bakhuphuke nabo bagqamba bonakala madoda ngaze ngasiza isivenda kamnandi ngasiza kamnandi yabona manje hayi hamba na impela nakho
no thanks no sinayo ama program in the automotive. Actually automotive sector is one of the industries that are driving the women empowerment and also giving women opportunities. I mean, if I look at one of the big dealer groups in the country, Bidvest, I mean, their CEO, which is the motherboard company, is a woman, you know. I look at some of the pioneers, women pioneers in this industry that I've seen coming up and bringing other women along. I remember the Marcia Mayabas of this world, who was a CEO of Palo World at the time on the motor retail side. So as much as people think that this is a men's industry, there's a lot of women that are coming up. However, it's not enough. It's not enough, and I think right now where we are, we need to push even harder to get women into the automotive sector, because I mean we all know with women they get things done. And also we also draw inspiration from women. I also draw inspiration from women. If you can draw inspiration from Uma, because nami draw inspiration from Uma ekhaya. Ukuthi ngiyambona yasebenza kanzima but she never complained. You know, imagine now if we have these women in the industry, how much more better quality progressive industry can we have? So yes, in automotive sector there are women programs, and I even know now one of the organization in the automotive sector, they've come up with a program partnering with the University of I think it's the University of Technology of Tshwane, partnering up on a women program to train, develop women that will be what we called dealership owners in the near future. And that for me is progressive. So there are programs that are women specific, not only to get them at those reception jobs or admin jobs, no, at the management and ownership level. But as I said, it's not enough, but there is an acceleration that is happening, and it's good to see. Because if we don't change, again, I'll keep on mentioning the status quo. If we don't change the status quo of this industry will remain in the hands that it's in right now. So it's important for us and start to make things happen and start to make the impact. Because I remember, back in the days, I once left the industry. I left the industry to go and be a managing director of one of the radio stations, on their sales division. I lasted in that job for 3 months because I said to myself, this is not my calling.
Okay.
Calling,
yes, yeah.
This is not my calling. I don't belong here. I've got unfinished business. Labo Automotive. That's when I came back. And I think that with women as well, there is an unfinished business whereby we need to get as many black women, I'm going to be specific, more black women into this industry, and let's start to work together and let's rebuild a new generation of leaders, black leaders, men and women, black, in this industry. So definitely there are programs. I mean, even with my new company now, TEDCAR Motor Group, one of the things that I want to do is to make sure that 60% of my employment in my business is women, because this industry needs them, so that it can fit to other areas of the automotive sector. I'm happy to see people living for better and bigger things, and I was part of the people that got them in. Was now I once got an opportunity to get into the industry, and I've made what I've made because I had an opportunity. So we need to open up, as leaders of the automotive sector, open up those opportunities and start to get more women to get into the sector.
Thank you so much, and thank you for correcting me. I was always saying auto something. Nice.
No,
Well, I was saying
even the automobile is the right word.
Okay.
So it's either automotive or automobile.
Oh, thank you so much.
I correction like that.
Yeah. Okay. We are moving towards the end of our conversation. So, but before, I just want to ask: are you ready for the fourth industrial revolution? Because because I know you don't want to caught you off guard.
Yeah.
I think I would like to know that whether you're ready for that.
Yeah. No. Look, we are. I mean, if you look at the numbers now, of electric vehicles that are being sold, versus the same time in the last couple of years, the numbers have gone up. And we talk about hybrid, we could talk about energy vehicles, call them EVs now.
EVs, okay.
Yeah, right. Energy vehicles. So you got your hybrid, you got the full electric cars, and all of that. So in terms of being ready as a country, South Africa, we are not ready.
Okay.
As an industry, we are gearing up to be ready. But then we've also sitting with few challenges, when it comes to these energy vehicles. One of them, which is very critical and very important, is a policy from the government when it comes to incentives that are in place for manufacturers to bring these cars into the country. I'm talking about tax break incentives. Because what happens is that when you import a vehicle, the taxes are quite high. Now, what we've noticed with the EVs, the taxes are even higher
Okay.
Right? Now it makes it very expensive to bring electric vehicle into the country right now. And government haven't really come into play to say, okay, these are tax breaks for electric cars, right? Unlike other countries in Europe. And now the government is talking about 2026, which is 2 years from now, where we'll start to see some action happening. There was some announcement from the Minister of Finance during his budget speech about policy that they're going to sign in terms of these electric vehicles and tax breaks or tax incentive for manufacturers. Because these cars come very, very expensive and people can't afford them. Now, we know that currently the motor industry, automotive industry, automobile is facing a challenge whereby we're not selling the same volume of cars we used to sell. Like for instance, last month, the month of March, the industry was down 27% to the same period last year, meaning that end of March last year, right? And that's quite a big drop, right? And that drop is caused by the premium segment that have shrunk simply because new entrants have come into the market, and the likes of Cherry, Habals, your Omodas, and the likes.
Yeah.
Now these brands, they came in at the right price, highly spec'd and fully spec'd, and now people have switched from the most expensive cars, luxury cars, into more affordable cars because people are feeling the pinch. The economy is tough, right?
Exactly,
Unemployment, we mentioned now, is sitting at 30-odd%, right? And people are feeling the pinch. There's a lot of uncertainty in terms of the economy. There's a lot of uncertainty in terms of policy. The fuel hikes, electricity tariffs have also gone up, so the economy is not in good space.
It's true.
Why I'm raising this issue is that these electric cars, they come at a very high price, even than some of the premium brands that we know in the country. Now that market is already shrinking. So
Yes,
who's
true.
going to buy these electric cars if they come even at a higher price than the sector that is battling already? So this uncertainty and policy uncertainty and also no tax breaks is making the progress to kind of like hold back in terms of electric vehicles or energy vehicles as we call them. However, we'll have to switch to them. And I think that's one of the reasons why we're saying, as me as a founder of TEDCAR Motor Group, we are building a dealership of the future. We need innovators, we need creative people, because what you see today in terms of dealer environment is going to change in the future. So we need to build for that future now.
I'm not sure how true is that, but now I will verify it. As a layman, I was told that the electric cars can only travel for 60 kilometers.
No. I will correct that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I was also unsure.
You with electric vehicles, you get what we called a range.
Okay.
Right, similar to if full tank petrol. Uyazi ukuthi
Yes.
if ugihamba ngemoto yakho i-diesel, uyazi ukuthi hayi la ngizothola 900 kilometers to 1000 kilometers if ngishaya emgaqweni ngiye-KZN. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Meaning that you are on the open road. It's similar to electric cars. You also got the range.
Okay.
And this range, of course, it determines how long can you drive before your battery be out completely.
Okay.
So on average, currently in the country, I think cars are ranging at about 400 kilometers you can drive out of the range, depending on how you drive.
Okay.
Similar to when you accelerate between petrol, so it's similar to electric car. So it can go more than 60 km an hour. I mean, I've driven these cars myself, and there's another one that I was driving, a Audi GT, e-tron, and this car is a sports car.
Yeah, now, I wanted to know, but I was told which has meant for power.
As meant for power.
Sound okay.
But I live for power.
For power.
And you want to put different harm.
Okay.
You can hit 180, 200 kilometers an hour in no time.
Okay.
So no, it's not a matter of as well as 60 k's and I ain't gonna take as a hump.
Yeah, I was anxious.
No,
maybe now that I know as a layman. Okay, so now it means once the motors is introduced, Vurupas zokhohlwa ibona.
I know sizokhohlwa. Funeka sijwayele lokho.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But it won't happen now. I mean, if I look at what is happening in the industry, Bakuluma, in 10 years' time, a lot of manufacturers, they want to move away from combustion engines into electric cars.
Electric cars, okay.
But again, I don't see that happening in South Africa. This industry is big. And also there's a lot of labor within the motor industry. And also in the country, there's a lot of labor that, is in place because of this industry. You're looking at filling station, what's going to happen to those jobs?
Of course.
Parts, what's going to happen to those jobs? Talking about factories, because if you call them electric cars, so what will happen to all those jobs? And then you go to dealerships. Dealerships, go to technician lap here. What will happen to those? Because remember, these cars outside repair like you repair in modern, because I'm not engine. Battery, right? And of course, electric components. My brake pads have to be changed, my wiper blades or my lights. But my services that are going to be done on this thing. So what happened then to those jobs? So it's still a long way for us in the country to move away completely into energy vehicles, and I also see now in Europe there's also a bit of a slowdown. Kulama energy vehicles, though they are forced to do that over there because of what we call tax emissions, because motors be clean and environmental friendly and all of that. So there are those policies. So they are forced. So we're gonna see a long time to come whereby combustion engine as go completely. It's only electric cars that are being produced. Big automobiles, brands and manufacturers still make new models, and these new models are not electric cars. So I think so a combination for then many years to come of both. But our combustion engines are still going to be there, but we need to think of the future.
We need to think of the future. Gorgeous people. I think now wherever you are, you can see or you hear with this conversation is inspirational and informative, really. So mhlambe unama doubts njengami now uyabona ukuthi siya kuphi nokuthi ke that other thing futhi ekhona ukuthi sisibonela ukuthi automobile sector madoda ngaze ngayishaya ngasishaya isilungu amadoda cha kusho ukuthi umsebenzi eminingi kuningi okwenzeka lapha yena kusho ukuthi nganza ukuthi nohle sesifundile ngempela cha kodwa ngempela emhlonishwa singakhuluma kube okuningi nawe ngaze kushonilanga kuse we are so grateful ukuthi sibe nawe lapha sithola ulwazi njengalolu ngiyacabanga ukuthi konje uthe ilokhu igarage lakho yini igama lakho
so engivulile manje icompany entsha it's called TEDCAR Motor Group. So abantu abaningi bayalandela lo hlelo lolu bayalandela podcast
exactly
babasilandele nathi lapha kuma socials. TEDCAR Motor Group. TEDCAR Motor Groups, and we are a 100% black owned business. This is a virtual dealership. Just like a podcast, this is the future. Yes. We are building a dealer group of the future, and there's more things to come and more things that we're gonna roll out there in the market. But I think for me to start this company, there's a couple of things that I've noticed in the industry in the 18 years I've been in the industry. I think the time have come whereby people are being taken serious. Number one, and also there's transparency. And also there's integrity, and also we don't take customers for granted, and that is why this company was formed. And it happened a lot with our people, whereby they're getting deals that they were not supposed to get, right? And they could get a better deal, and then people ended up stuck a name motor. They can't get out of them because they owe way more than what their book value is, because you never got a right deal from the start. So that's where the transparency comes in. So TEDCAR Motor Group wants to bring that transparency, trust, and also to give people good advice, right? It doesn't help for me as a founder of the company to go and sit on TV telling people about good advice, and yet I don't do it in my own business. So our business is all about integrity. It's all about giving what I called customer service excellence in all that we do. And we want to change that narrative that abantu bemoto ngabotsotsi you know, and it
That's
happens.
true. Yes.
Because abantu, once you've been in king and moto, there's no one who wants to help you, no one who wants to assist you. In most of the times, I'm not saying this; it happens everywhere, but there's a lot of education that I believe I can contribute to assist our people to get better deals and better offers out there.
Yeah, no ish. Because there is this lokuzana cars are normally called handsome cars.
Yeah.
I'm sure ukuthi nemoto zakho zoba handsome just like you, because the cars are handsome, you know. So singaba disappointed singathola nje ukuthi imoto zakho there is a car which is not handsome. Yeah, cars are handsome.
Yeah.
Your cars will be handsome like you.
Absolutely.
Ningixoleke mphakathi nezo amadevu amajuluka ingawo nje uma devu enhlwathi. Ajuluka impela yabona nami lo ngiyasula nje impela, kodwa kwenza ukuthi information engitholayo wow, it's basho njalo. Thank you so much Mhlonishwa. I think sesivule egcineni kwalenkulumo enjoy kakhulu ngempela. Siyacabanga ukuthi nabantu up there bathi mabibona lento basijabula. Nanokuthi ke futhi I want to repeat igama le company
TEDCAR
nezwa bakuthi TEDCAR Motor Group.
That's all.
Imoto zakhona nje zinhle kakhulu, handsome just like him. Siyabonga Mhlonishwa.
Thank you so much. Sibongela kakhulu.
Yeah.